It's 10 o'clock. I'm calling to order the Gillum County Court regular meeting. Today is November 6th. And we do have a quorum established. All three commissioners are present. We will have the flag salute at this time. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everybody. We're going to make a change to the agenda, but I'm going to ask the other commissioners, do we have any suggested revisions to the agenda? No.
I don't.
Mine is just an order change, and it is, I'm going to be moving up the South Gillum Cemetery District first on the agenda prior to 3.0 correspondence so that they can leave. And so, come on out, Jenna. Hi, Kevin. Okay. And we'll pull up another chair over here as well. Sorry. You can sit here. Thank you. Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Morning.
The agenda item is to consider approval of a grant extension request for South Gillum County Cemetery District. So go ahead.
Yes. Well, I'm Kevin Potter. I have recently become the chairman of the board of the South Gillum County Cemetery District. Again, has recently become our fiscal officer.
Very recently for both of us.
So we're there to ask for an extension of this grant, 4 days, 20 days, 2022. Our original goal was to dig a well cemetery grounds because we were spending $6,000 to $6,500 a month to the city irrigation resources. The problem being not so much the budgetary consideration as the sparsity of water during July, August. To the point where we get comments about the appearance of the cemetery, and the city comes and asks us to knock off the use of the water as best we can. So we filed an application to drill a well with the state. COVID came along and put us way on the back burner for that. They recently gave us notification, however, that our application has come up a step. They also have a requirement that they prioritize wells in certain areas. And beautification in cemeteries like ours is on the bottom of the list, so. But our application is still valid, it's still in process. They just can't give us a date when the permit would be issued.
And it does say that it won't interfere with any other, like it won't take down, won't diminish the use that the city needs or the surrounding areas.
Won't affect all.
Yeah.
So we're good there. But our goal remains the same. We have a committee set up amongst us to develop a plan for water conservation. Along that line, we're exploring more efficient sprinkler setups, distribution of water plans to make what water we do have go as far as it can. We also have a new section on board, Daniel Anderson, who's doing a good job, and he's been doing a better job of irrigation than we have experienced before. So we're going down that path. Phase 1 is designed to be planning for the seeding of the soil, application of seed, protection of the seed. Right now, we are up against the freezing weather. We had to shut our water systems down. So we're gonna have to wait until spring before we apply seed and can keep it moist and controlled. And then the phase 2 would be to seed the 2 cemeteries, the Condon Cemetery and the Mayville Cemetery. So that's where we're at. We need a little more time to get our ducks in a row, wetter weather, see how the well application process goes. We're asking for them an extension in the next fiscal year for this grant, so we can keep going with our project.
extension to how long do you need?
Just to the end of 25 or?
I think until the end of 25.
Okay, so December 31st,
Yes,
you mean? Okay,
yes.
okay.
With the seeding and everything that you're talking about, I don't know how much a well, I know wells are expensive, but your guys' ultimate goal is to still proceed
Yes,
with the well
Yeah.
and to try to be your own water,
yes.
which would
They're
save,
trying to get us away from the city. We may find that the well doesn't produce as much as we'd like, but we still feel we need to pursue the well so that we're not bound by the limits that the city has for its water distribution. There's
Sure.
what they need too, so.
but with the funds that you have, you still will be able to think you do both of these, the well and the hydro seeding, or some of the upgrades, or,
Some of it, we won't have, because the original price of the grant was simply the price of the well in the ground.
Mhm.
Didn't include distribution pipes or anything like that.
yeah.
Commissioners have any questions?
Um,
And with the new sexton, there's, we can make changes that were kind of the old sexton didn't want to pursue, like timers and stuff, so that we could water at night when water is available. So that's some things that we're looking at as well.
Water once more efficient.
Yes,
Right.
especially while we're still on the city water system, we need to be as efficient as we can. Right now, it looks pretty good up there, but we've had fall rains. And leading into that, our sexton was a little bit more active on application water. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
water is our overarching concern.
do you think a letter from the court would help to their well, moving you up importance, or
It may,
I'm just trying to think
Okay.
of something that might help move it up the list a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm new to this, so I'm not really sure how that all went down. But, I can certainly
Looking
talk to
into
it.
it out. Good.
Ask
Thank you.
questions.
Just a thought.
Yeah, good point.
Uh,
Any other discussion? And we have a motion to extend the South Gillum County Cemetery District's grant to December 31st, 2025.
I'll make the motion that we approve, what was that number? Was it 4/20/22? Is that right?
yes,
That we extend the 4/20/2022 grant to the South Gillum County Cemetery District so that they can proceed as they plan.
And we should put the date in.
Okay,
Extended
deadline.
Oh, 12/31 of
Mhm.
2025.
thank you.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to extend South Gillum County Cemetery District's grant for their projects to December 31st, 2025. Is there any other discussion before we vote? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Aye. Motion passed. Thank you.
Do you need anything
And-
else from us?
We're going to send you a grant extension
Okay,
form, and you'll get that from Brooklyn. And if you learn anything about anything the county court can do to help you, move your project along, let us know.
All right,
Okay, all right,
thank you.
thank you.
thank you for your indulgence.
I think one thing that would be helpful in the future, if we have grant numbers on our grants, and then we can reference the grant number, because when they get extended out, it might help us track the year and the project number. Okay, let's go back on the agenda to correspondence and public comment. Individuals wishing to address the county court may do so at this time. Speakers are asked to raise their hand to be recognized by the chair, and the shall give their name and city and limit their comments to 3 minutes. I had Jen and Kevin, who just spoke. I have Brittany Dark and I have Jed Crowther on the agenda. Is there any other comment? No? Okay. Brittany, you have your section on the agenda already, so we will hear it then rather than in public comment. And then Jed, were you wanting to speak on your extension as well? Not anything generally, so you want to handle it then? Okay. All right, so we will go ahead and proceed with the agenda. We do have correspondence. We have correspondence including public meeting law training scheduled for January 25th, 2025, that the city of Condon has organized. Catherine Brenner. It will be, it's an Oregon Government Ethics Commission training. There will be basic ethics at 1 o'clock and then public meeting law required training at 5:30. And that will be held at the Memorial Hall. So we all will be attending that, I'm sure. I will, I'm sure the other commissioners will, and any other public bodies, boards can attend as well. We also have a 2024 homestead rebate for certification. This is from our assessor, Chet Wilkins. As you know, because of the waste management host fees and the economic enhancement ordinance, we have tax checks that go to each homeowner up to $590 currently. There were 516 applicants and our assessor has provided each year back to 2015 the breakdown of what the rebate was and the tax. So that's correspondence. We have a capital investment grant final report from the city of Condon. That grant was for water meters. They're remote red water meters and they've been installed and they're seeing results of having the new system. The new meters are more sensitive and water going through them and they detect leaks. So that project has been completed. There's also a tonnage report from Waste Management. They provide us monthly reports of the fees that we receive, waste management, as well as chemical waste management. For the month of September, we received $428,062.54. And the tonnage is also listed for chemical waste management, $6,740.75. We have a DEQ compliance letter that was provided by Waste Management that their facility was determined to be in compliance with their permits at the time of the inspection, and the inspection report is enclosed. So that's online and in your packets as well. We have a letter of recognition for our road master, Louis Kennedy. He was recognized nationally, correct? And I don't think he likes to be probably called out and recognized, but this deserves recognition. We have a letter that he was recognized nationally, receiving the Asphalt Recycling and Reclaiming Association 2025 Charles R. Valentine Award for excellence in cold recycling. And it's quite an award that he received this, and that Gillum County, because of his efforts and his ability to recycle asphalt and reuse it in a way that is cutting edge, really, I think. So congratulations on that recognition.
Good job.
Are you going to get it? Are you gonna go to the meeting?
Okay, we have a Veterans Day special that we have an information that's provided in your packet about what our veteran service person is doing for veterans in our area to promote Veterans Day and provide them with either food or drink. There's also a flood risk review email. I would like to talk about this later in the agenda, and I probably should have brought it up in additions or revisions. But I would like some direction on this email, but would like to discuss this during new business. there's some comment that needs to be made by the 22nd of November, and I just wanted to make sure that you're on board with the email. So I would like to move that to new business, please. You guys okay with that? All right, and that, I believe, includes the correspondence. Okay. So now we'll have, update from Frontier Chamber of Commerce, Brittany Dart. Yes, come up into the gray chair, thank you.
Alrighty. Hello, hello.
Hi.
Thank you guys so much for letting me be here. I'm Brittany Dark. I'm the new executive director for the Oregon Frontier Chamber of Commerce, which serves Gillum, Sherman, and Wheeler counties. So I'm just here to give you a brief update about what we're working on and to invite any questions either now or later if you have any. As you are aware, we administer the small business, the Gillum County Small Business Grant. And I just have a few numbers for you guys. So if you want any additional numbers out past this, please do let me know. It looks like 68% of our award recipients have been female. 32 have been male, 32%. 26% of the applicants have been startups. 19% has been in launch, so less than 1 year of business. And 37% have been in operation for 1 year or more. And then the remaining balance is growing businesses that have been applying for. So we have some of those. We have expended the funds that have been awarded to date, and we will be requesting the release of the second tranche of those funds from Brooklyn in the future. So it's going well, and it's very well received by the community. Is there any questions regarding that?
Will you have a written report for us? I know that you're newer to the
Yep.
position, but in the past, I think there was a report with who received the grants.
Okay.
And just in the future, that's something I would like to see. I don't know if the others have any input on that.
Yeah, I would like to see, how it's being dispersed and if it's continued on a good, yeah, and then, is there something different or more that we can do to support this program? And I did have one question. There was, I see an award for, looks like a nonprofit for 10,000. I was just curious if any nonprofits, a lot of nonprofits were in through some of the chamber.
No, to my knowledge, only one, and
Okay.
it was this year.
Okay. Yeah, because I see it's a good cause, but most of the other grants, I guess my
Right.
feeling is kind of targeted for small business nonprofit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah, it's only been the one when I went through everything to see, it looks like it's only been one nonprofit, and it was this year.
I will say that I sat down with Brittany, sometime in the summer, and we just talked about the program. And it became clear that there are not a lot of parameters or guidelines around this money. So we may, in a work session, want to create some, so that there's guidance for how you distribute the money. For example, do we want it to be only for-profit businesses, not nonprofits? These are just thoughts that I had when we were talking, because we do have funding streams for nonprofits, but we don't have an opportunity for small businesses to access any other pool of money but this money. So,
Agreed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who was a nonprofit?
It was the food bank here in Clinton
mhm,
for their new facility,
okay.
but it was mostly for refrigerators and those sort of things.
I thought I saw one for the Elks Lodge.
They're not a nonprofit. They're a,
Okay,
Or more like a charitable?
yeah,
Okay.
but they're not a nonprofit.
okay. I thought they were a nonprofit. So. Or anyway,
They have to
What
file
is it?
tax return.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't like to bring up an entity that isn't here to say, but I think it's going to be coming up in the Cycle 1 Capital Investments Grant application. And I think in that application, they note that they are a nonprofit. So,
Yeah.
yeah, there could be reasons, discrepancies, about that, but I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I will be sure to get you guys a list and kind of who's being, you know, who has been awarded the grants. And all of that, and then we'll move forward and maybe do work sessions in the future if we need to do that.
Great.
Perfect.
Okay, that's
Thank you.
Thank you. A couple other updates. We are currently the hub for the Main Street Revitalization Grant, which is done through the state of Oregon. We have applied for previous grants. Times Journal Facade Grant was one of them. Spray General Store, Morrow, the Hotel Morrow, that is currently open. The pre-application just closed on November 1st, and we have a handful of applicants. We have a couple from Arlington and a couple from Condon as well. And so we'll be applying for those. It's not due until March, but we will be working to facilitate that. We're also working with Business Oregon to provide technical assistance and grants through their technical assistance program, as well as their EEIP program, which is targeted towards individuals who make less money or have additional barriers to obtain services and stuff like that. So we've been working hand in hand with Business Oregon and High Desert Partnership in order to facilitate these programs. And those include hosting Small Business Success Days. That is actually going to be coming here in Condon tomorrow. It starts at 11. There'll be a lunch and learn event, and then there's also additional one-on-one hands-on training for the businesses available, and then we'll have some follow-up to that as well. We also are currently facilitating a Co-Starter Core program, which is a 10-week-long program for entrepreneurs where and it's virtual, and then we will be facilitating a Co-Starters Boot Camp starting mid-November, which is 4 weeks long, 3 hours a week, and that's for entrepreneurs to be able to access, and that'll be held at night. So hopefully more people will be able to attend. But that's just a little bit of what we have going on. So if there's anything else, obviously events, the harvest or the fall festival is coming to Condon. We just got done with the trunk or treat and the Main Street trick or treating. But if there's anything that the chamber is usually responsible for that you guys see that maybe is falling through the cracks while I'm here, like I said, I'm new. I would love for anybody in the community and or yourselves to let me know, because we want to keep up the same, caliber in which you've been accustomed to being served. So thank you guys.
Okay.
Brittany, I do have a question, sorry, randomly. How's the sign going for the bathroom in Arlington? Has that been put up?
I don't know that.
This is Brooklyn, correct?
I think so.
Yeah,
Brooklyn?
sorry, it's Brooklyn.
Okay. Arlington bathroom sign?
Yeah, it was like a collaboration between the county and the port, and the chamber. I think the sign's there in someone's possession in Arlington. I was just wondering if it had been put up. Sorry to hit you.
don't know that.
I was just thinking of it as we were talking, but.
No worries. I will check in on that. Any other questions?
Did you have anything you wanted to tell us about the second story project, or do you want to hold that?
Well, can I do that right now?
Yeah.
Is that okay? I would like to request an extension for the second story grant. Like I said, I just came on in June. However, in connecting with the individuals who were awarded the grants, they've been running into some challenges with contractors, either coming out to just give a bid or coming out to do the work after the bid, or, it's just been a very big challenge for them. And so I'd like to request an extension through December 31st of 2025 for this grant. And my intent is to work more closely with the property owners to get them connected with contractors, whether they be here or elsewhere, and see if we can't make it worthwhile for the contractors to come out. So whether it's working on both of their projects at the same time, doing the same thing, just kind of doing a more hands-on approach to try to get the contractors to come out and actually do the work. So if that would be available, we'd greatly.
And you're making a request through December 31st of 2025.
Yes.
Any questions about that? No? Do you have questions, Grant, about the whole thing?
Well, I was just curious when was that awarded and how much? Do you remember?
It was 2022, I think, that it was awarded.
Okay,
And I don't know off the top of my head how much it was, I'm sorry.
okay. Yeah, if you
I
could
do
just,
know it's a reimbursement grant, so none of it has been expended yet.
Okay.
okay,
Okay, yeah.
great. Yeah, if you could just maybe shoot me an email or something.
Yeah.
Be great.
Opportunity to expand housing with existing buildings.
Correct.
Okay.
I'll
So.
tell you that if that's helpful,
Oh, great.
that it was awarded in FY 23-24 at 330,000, which was between
Okay.
two building owners. I think it was 200,000 to one building owner, 132 at the other building owner.
Okay,
Again,
and the two
reimbursement
buildings
basis.
are, was it the flat building, the Napa? Is that one
Yeah,
of them?
the Danielson building and then the Barker building there. So above Napa, which was their intention is to like suites or whatever. And then above the bank building, I guess, so right there to the north of Two Boys. Their
Mhm.
intention is to do, I think it was 10 apartments on that upper half. And the agreement
Okay.
does have like stipulations written in it between the county and the chamber about what those spaces can be used for, like they can't be rented out, Airbnb, or short-term rentals. They have to be like leases or long-term rentals. So that is written into the agreement.
Okay, thank you, Brooklyn. Do we have a motion to extend?
So
Go ahead.
I think, was it, Brooke, was it like 22, 23, and then it was extended for another year?
No, it was awarded there right at the end of Kaylin's. So I think it was in that last spring of 2023.
So that was the 22, 23 year,
Yeah.
right?
Is there any other discussion about it? No. Okay. Do we have a motion to extend the second story?
I'll move to approve to move the second story project to we want to go
December 30,
24, 25?
25.
25, right?
25.
Yeah, December 31st, 2025.
Okay,
What?
to December 31st, 2025.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to extend the Oregon Frontier Chamber of Commerce grant for second story project to a completion date of December 31st, 2025. Is there any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you guys so much.
Update from Gillon County Library, Mary Research. She's appearing by Zoom.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
So our staff, I just got done writing a grant to the ALA, American Library Association, for ADA access on both entries for the library, and we should be hearing back from that in late December or January. And I just finished up the annual state report for the state of Oregon Library, and I will be forwarding that on to you in the next week or two. And then, as some of you know, we in fiscal year 23-24, we have an IGA with the Condon School District where we provide on average 10 hours a week of library services. And that seems to be working better with splitting my time up between the two places. And Deanna, our youth librarian, she does most of our programming. She is the smart reading volunteer at the Condon Early Learning Center. And in the springtime, she does agriculture in the classroom at the Condon Grade School for K-4. And our summer reading program. And then our interns, they, one of our interns is working on scanning all of our old library minutes from the last 95 years into the computer. So we'll have a digital copy of those in case something happens. And then we are also part of the Libraries of Eastern Oregon, LEO, and LEO just launched a new program called Discover and Go Library Passes, where you can use your library card to check out passes for the local arts, culture, history, and recreation organizations. And those include Mary Hill Museum, Columbia Gorge Discovery Center, High Desert Museum, OMSI, Oregon State Parks, and we're slowly adding more to that. And there's 16 counties that's part of LEO. There's Baker, Crook, Gillum, Grant, Harney, Hood River, Jefferson, Lake, Malheur, Morrow, Sherman, Umatilla, Union, Wallowa, Wasco, and Wheeler County. And there's a link on our website for that also. And some events that we are planning for the upcoming year. We'll have Museum of Natural and Cultural History brought back to us for Native Innovation Traveling Exhibit, and that will be end of April, first part of May. We'll have that here. And of course, we'll have our 4th of July book sale, and the money from our book sale that the board puts on, that money provides funding for the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, where we send out books to every child in Gillum County from ages 0 to 5. And we started this program in January of 2018. And so far we have mailed out 4,473 books to the children of Gillum County. And then, of course, the Main Street trick-or-treating, we had over 200 trick-or-treaters in the library that day. And then for the Christmas Light Parade, our board is hoping to partner with the Condon Theater to show a movie after the kids see Santa. And our board is going to provide hot dogs for all of those attendees for the movie. And then we're hoping to partner with the Condon Arts Council to bring back the Missoula Children's Theater this summer or late spring. So that's all we've got going on right now.
That's good work, Mary, thank you. And the library was painted the outside.
Yes, and we're hoping to get the inside painted this winter.
And that was budgeted, so. Yeah. Good work. Does any commissioners have questions? No questions?
No.
Thank you for the update.
Thank you.
Mary,
Yes, thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thank you. Okay, next on our agenda, we have update from Family and Senior Services Sabrina White.
Morning.
I don't know, how do you want to do this for sure? Like the veggie RX stuff or?
I'd save the Veggie RX for, do your presentation and then do the Veggie RX.
Okay, okay. I guess I have a sore throat a little bit, so I'm not gonna be able to speak very well, but, I just want to go over kind of some of the things that I do and that kind of stuff with Butte County Port. I oversee the Arlington and Condon meal sites. I currently have one cook in Arlington and one assistant in Arlington, 2 assistants in Condon. And then also we have the volunteers that contributed quite a bit of time to those. I'm responsible for monthly reporting of CAPCO, following state regulations, tracking money, and preparing menus. It's been almost 10 years since I have been in the position. And we just currently have hired 2 assistants at the Condon meal site. So hopefully I can kind of step back and not put so many hours in there. So I'm excited of what maybe could transpire with the Condon meal site. And then also I've been helping seniors in the county if they're having issues able to, like if they're moving to Summit Springs, able to help the family get them into that facility. Also, I am a Shiva counselor for Medicare. So people are able to come in and I can help them with their Medicare type needs. Some of the projects that I've done over the past year have been doing arts and crafts with the Summit Spring residents. And then also I started baking with some of the Summit Springs residents that wanted to do that, because that was always one of the things that I heard was when they moved in there, they couldn't cook anymore, where a lot of those people like to cook and that kind of stuff, but they couldn't go into the kitchens. So at the time, Summit Springs had a apartment that wasn't being rented. So we had it out there in that apartment, but they've since rented that out. So we haven't been able to do that. So trying to figure out like another way to be able to do that, to engage the seniors in doing that kind of stuff that they used to like to do. And some of the like the senior service programs that I would like to expand and seek education to meet the needs of our Gillum County residents would be Medicaid, Social Security, hospital, nursing home, physical therapy, and like end of life type things. Something that we don't want to deal with, but we need to. And then other things that I've been doing is like transportation, filing the HRTG, Iowa Rural Transportation Grant, with the grant data, and then transporting if needed. Current boards that I'm on are the Senior Advisory Committee, and that has to do with like the meal site type stuff. And usually those meetings are in the Dalles once a month. LCHIP, which we usually have here. And then
So Sabrina, what's LCHIP?
it is
I never heard about it. This.
Gotta get the whole. So it's the Local Community Advisory Council.
Oh, okay.
And then also the Summit Springs Board. So, and I think that's kind of, and I just have then, I think you guys were handed this little flyer, and I need to go through it for sure, but, so I'm trying to put together, and I'm gonna call it Santa for Seniors, and do like a Christmas giving tree. It's something that we've never done before. But I feel like there's a lot of seniors in Gillum County that could use that help. The flyer that I gave you guys is just like for Condon area. And I need to redo one for Arlington, but I need to reach out to some people in Arlington to see what we can do down there as far as like where to do it and that kind of stuff. And then, do you guys have any questions on that?
You have a long list.
Yeah.
I just thought, and I just too, there's a lot more things that I want to do with this, because I always feel like we worry about our people at Christmas time. But we have 365 more days, 364 more days out of the year that we probably should worry about them too. So
Right.
I want to work on that as well as like figuring out some other things, and maybe trying to get some volunteers on board to go and see these people and help them and that kind of stuff. So
Really good. I like with our large single population in our county. It's a very important thing to provide those services.
well, and I don't know too, because dealing with some of our seniors, I know that I will be battling a pride issue.
Mm-hmm.
That they don't want this, even though they need it. So I'm also trying to figure out a way to go about that. Because being in the small communities, we know who those people are. And
Right.
if they refuse to fill one of these out, I feel like there should be another way to help them, you know, so.
Because it's kind of like it's like a gift certificate to them that they can go spend. Scrap doesn't know what they are.
Yeah, and exactly, it's like, because then it's like some of the stuff I've been researching on it. I mean, some of these programs are pretty elaborate.
Yeah.
But they even had like an option where you could do like a, like food basket or a like laundry type basket or what, you know, that kind of stuff. And people can donate like $75 to have that gift done, or $50 for another one, you know, so there's all kinds of options. And I
We
just thought
talked
we just need
about
to
going
start
to
somewhere.
cards. Did they ever do that? Or are you still just giving them
Oh,
certificates?
that's the Veggie RX.
Yeah, the video.
So no, they're still on vouchers, which we'll talk about
Okay,
that
yeah,
too, so, yeah,
but are they gonna switch to cards?
they're trying to.
Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you for all
so
your
is there
work for the
anything-
senior citizens. It's very, very important. Thank you. Okay, now on to Veggie RX. I do want to let you know that, Sabrina did have a medical issue in her family, so
Yeah.
she was not available to get us, the information on the upcoming, subject, ahead of time, but she has a request, and I just want to make sure we're comfortable, with that, even though it wasn't agendized.
Did you guys have a copy of
This just came today, I think.
today? Probably, it's the agenda briefing.
Yeah, the brief briefing. you did.
3.4.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give us the background about VRX a little bit, so that our new commissioner understands and I understand. And,
Does somebody want to read them? You guys want to read them?
I don't have that. I don't have that.
just give us a synopsis.
Yes.
You don't have to read it all.
What the Veggie RX program is it's a healthy way to innovate that supports participants and their families with prescriptions to buy healthy fruits and vegetables. The purpose of the Veggie RX program is to promote consumption of fruits, fresh fruits and vegetables for individuals who are determined for food insecurity. The higher cost of fresh fruits and vegetables in frontier counties in Oregon cause families to choose between what is healthy and what will stem the hunger, resulting in higher obesity rates, diabetes, and high blood pressure. The higher cost of housing in frontier and rural Oregon communities also have influenced on food insecurities of residents. There is a direct correlation to food, desserts, and food insecurities to level of health in our community. Children experience food insecurities are more likely to have behavioral issues such as anxiety, depression. These kids may also be at risk of developing chronic health conditions, including anemia and asthma. People who are food insecure often have irregular eating patterns, which also lead to being overweight and obese. Additional people facing food insecurities typically consume food with fewer nutrition. So they have dietary shortfall linked to the development of hypertension, diabetes, and other chronic diseases. So I'm on the board of this, and what they've come up with is, the Veggie RX program, we issue like coupon vouchers to families that qualify. And it's for Gillum County, but we've been put on a tighter budget this year. So we went through and I met with Marcy, that is in Gobi, about this because they were wanting to, apply for a different grant. I don't remember now what I said it was. They were wondering if they could apply for a different money source, which then when I talked to Chris, she recommended that I just come directly to the county court instead of taking away from somewhere else. Marcy McMurphy works for, she manages the program and is paid by Gobi, which is Greater Oregon Behavioral Health. Her time and travel, printing and shipping of vouchers, administrative costs, and reimbursement of vendors for the cost of shipping their vouchers for payment is paid by Gobi. Thus, all the funds provided by EOCCO through the Gillum County local community health partner goes directly to support households who have been determined to be food insecure by providing 1 or 2 $30 booklets per month for them to spend at a local vendor. So the local vendor includes like Two Boys or the grocery store in Arlington. And then they can get, like from the Hans, the produce man when he comes through. So they can use those vouchers there. A family usually can qualify for $30 worth, or so a total of $60 worth of vouchers. An individual person can qualify for $30 worth of vouchers a month. Currently, so it looks like back in 2018 when the program started, the LCHIP funds were 24,440. And today we were in 2024, they're up to $32,085. So what we are asking is that if the county would consider contributing 16,200, which would allow us to cover, say, 15 individual members, or 15 2+ member households to continue the program.
So there's more applicants than there is money.
Yes, and I have
to
applicants
program.
sitting on my desk that qualify, but I'm out of spaces for the money that they have right now.
Okay.
So Marcy, when we talked about it, she said even like 16,200 would give us enough to do the 15 individuals and 15 family.
Mhm. Okay.
And then as I look through it, because I've only been doing the program 2 years, 2.5, of being the subscriber to it. And it's very heavy on people that are getting these vouchers in Condon, and lighter on the Arlington end, which I would like to push it out more down there too. So
So is this just to cover this year or 12 months from now?
yeah, I mean, that would give us more money so that we let people come in now.
Okay, but that would cover, like I say, just the end of this year or into 2025?
No, it should go into the
25.
25. Yeah.
Okay.
I did ask the groceries Two Boys about how it works for them on their end, and they benefit from the program as well.
Well, and I think the residents too of Gillum County benefit from it, because by this money going and being made to be spent in our local county or our local towns, then that gives them where they can order in a lot more produce and a different produce and that kind of stuff from what I've gathered from it. And I don't know, like Arlington, I know Marcy was gonna go talk to the grocery store down there, because there's always pushback that they don't have everything there. But hopefully, they have listened to it a little bit, and I think maybe if I can get more vouchers down that way, then they would see that people are going to come in and spend that money there.
Is it just fresh vegetables or is it frozen as well?
So they could do frozen,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. And we all know what it costs to go to the grocery store now, so it's expensive.
Yeah.
Commissioner Watkins, you know more about this than we do. So do you
Well,
have
then
any
they're
thoughts?
working on, so I have to mail out voucher coupons every month,
Mhm.
which to me is like a waste of, because it's expensive to put those in an envelope and mail them, and then just my time to do all that.
Mhm.
Marcy's been working on getting like a credit card types thing that will work with the grocery stores. And so I don't know how far she's gotten with that, but I do know that she's been trying to get that done. So we just keep asking her.
Because my understanding is then they could just reload those cards. They wouldn't have.
And then they wouldn't have to, and then that would cut out, like I said, a lot of expense with just the.
Mailing them out.
As far as a funding source, we do have an opportunity to spend some COVID money. And food insecurity is a area that we could focus on and show that we are utilizing those funds in that way.
I think do we have to spend that money by the end of the year?
It either has to be obligated or spent, and I think we can get it spent. I have that in my report, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, you want a motion?
if you're ready.
I'll move to approve, funding for the Frontier Veggie RX program in the amount of $16,200.
I will second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded to, provide additional funding for the Frontier Veggie RX program in the amount of $16,200. Is there any other discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Okay. Consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda include an IGA for Community Counseling Solutions. This was a contract that had expired. I communicated with Kimberly Lindsay. It needs to be in place. And it's included in your packet. Also, approval of Amendment 11 Oregon Health Authority Agreement for financing the public health services. We see several of those coming periodically throughout the year. Also provided the actual expenditures. I think we should all be seeing the actual expenditures, not just a report from of the general finances, just what the bills are, and those will be coming to you every month. And also Gillon County Transportation Plan provided by our Transportation Director. Treasurer's report, which is just receiving the report, not approving it, and minutes from the October 16, 2024 meeting. That's it on the consent agenda. Is there any questions?
No, I'll move to approve consent agenda.
There's a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay. Moving right along. Unfinished business. Discussion at the last meeting was suggestion, and we have a few of us have considered holding town hall meetings. What happened once we started to try to schedule those meetings is Anya, our assistant, reached out, and dates were a bit problematic, so it was pushed out a little bit further than we originally thought. December is a hard month to have meetings with the holidays. So I did get a letter from a constituent, and I'll just read that letter. It was to all of us. I don't know if we all had a chance to see it, but it's regarding the town hall meetings, and it just says, I see on the, this is from Lynn Ball, Arlington resident. I see on the current agenda that town hall meetings are being looked at to be held in January and February of next year. I am disappointed that it has taken this long. When Gillon County held its successful recall election, do you as a court feel you were given a clear mandate by the voters? The voters showed an overwhelming 70% rejection of our previous court's ideology and agenda. If you agree that the voters gave you a clear mandate, would you give me your personal interpretation of just what you think that mandate is? I have a list of interpretations of the mandate the voters wanted from our new county court, and I'm interested in seeing how closely we're aligned. I look forward to having a conversation with each of you regarding this subject. So that related to the town hall. I believe that those mandates are, I hope to hear what those are going to be at the town hall. That's my goal with the town halls. We also have to remember that 2 of these county commissioners wouldn't have even taken office until January. So there's been quite a bit of work that we've had to do just to get our feet under us. So that's how I see it. Did you have anything else you wanted to say about the town halls, or?
The only thing I would say is, December would have been a horrible time to try to schedule anything. It's bad enough as it is.
And November, we have a week at Association of Oregon Counties.
And you have Thanksgiving weekend. And
Yeah,
so that was as soon as we could
right.
get it scheduled.
Yeah.
I have a concern about, I don't want those town halls just to turn into a roast. I mean, I hope that, I
Yeah.
don't know if we're gonna have some kind of
Yes.
organization where, I mean.
Yes. We should have it, I think, facilitated with some guardrails and framework of what we'll hear which to me are going to lead into some goal setting and then the building of our budget and the things we're gonna do in the coming year. And that's, I think if we do it every year, it would be a good way to allow people to address us and see what they.
Yeah, because I don't think that we need to go rehash the same things that have been rehashed a million times.
Right.
I agree. You know, my idea on that was to hear from the voters' ideas and, you know, hear them out, but, going forward.
Right.
And, yeah, I'd like to get a copy of that letter too.
Oh, it was.
And the only other thing I would say too is whenever we set up this date, it would be nice to have some of their, how do I say this, people that have questions or something they want to get to us, something before the meeting, so we can
In
think about.
preparation.
Yeah,
Okay,
you know,
ahead
I
of
can't
time,
think of the
have
word.
some, opportunity to comment.
well, yeah, I guess if there's some questions and not everybody that's coming to those is gonna submit theirs, but if there's some, like Mr. Ball has some definite points, I guess I guess I would like to know that from
Right,
other people. I don't know.
yeah. The dates we were looking at, and I believe Anya reached out to you, is January 15th, 25 at 6 o'clock PM in Condon, and February 11th, 2025, 6 o'clock PM in Arlington. Do those dates work? Okay.
That'll work for me.
Those days will be set for town hall. The other issue and I will address Mr. Ball, but I would like to let him know that it's taken several months just. I think it may have been irresponsible to have a town hall too soon because we were searching for contracts learning how everything works. Now we know, for the most part, how everything functions and we can speak intelligently about what we're doing and, the contracts and agreements we have and how the programs actually work. All right.
I will just comment that we have some big projects that we are undertaking and to get too many things.
Yes.
And you don't do a good job
You're right.
at anything.
I
so-
agree with you. Yeah, I think we do need to be careful with that. Ideas are good, but we're gonna have to manage the projects that we have so that we can cross them off our list and make room for new.
Yeah.
Okay, new business, consider appointment of Cultural Trust Coalition. Okay, 6.1.
So we just need to
Oh, yeah.
make a motion.
Right, so we had one interested person, Carrie Callan, correct? Okay. Anya dealt with this exclusively, I should allow her to handle this one, but, so yeah, she is interested in continuing. So there's a suggested motion in the briefing. Is there a motion?
And I think that this is one of those committees that they really have to reach out. I know Miranda struggled with reaching out and trying to find people to serve on it, so.
Yeah, it's a difficult one.
Yeah.
Do you have any discussion for Mark?
No.
I don't either. My question.
Go ahead.
I moved to appoint Carrie Cowan to the Gillum County Cultural Trust Coalition, effective November 6, 2024 through June 30th of 2026.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to appoint Carrie Callan to the Gillum County Cultural Trust Coalition effective November 6, 2024 through June 30th, 2026. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We'll notify her. Okay. Right, we now have under new business, consider approval, so we'll have Dewey Kennedy come up. Roadmaster, consider approval of new position, assistant roadmaster. Good morning.
Not that I'm in a hurry to get out of here yet, but I think it's time to bring somebody up. And I've already had him helping me with.
And that's Brian Johnson, correct?
Right, yes.
Okay,
Project estimates, helping with the budget a little bit this year and stuff. Give him some more responsibility to basically force him to step up a little bit more. And take the reins. He does a fantastic job, hard worker, smart, always thinking. Like, in my opinion, best choice.
Okay, good. We have a draft position description material. Is there any discussion about that or the idea in general?
I mean, I like the idea, but, I didn't, is there a pay increase that will come along with this?
Yes,
Okay,
and I budgeted for it this year.
okay. Do we know what that is?
It bumps him up to,
I think the idea was to approve the position description first.
Okay.
Yeah,
oh,
and then, but,
Then it'll have to be improved on the salary schedule.
and then approve the salary schedule at the next meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
We also forecasted that salary schedule, right? You guys should have a copy of that so you can see what that looks like.
We didn't include it because we were just doing the job description today. But we're gonna talk about it. So one step at a time. Do you have any questions on the position
No.
description? Okay, and I do know they do go hand in hand. So do we have a motion to approve the position description for the assistant roadmaster?
You should you got right? That you saved me.
I'll move to, make a motion to approve the road department, assistant roadmaster position as presented,
Position description, yeah.
position description.
Okay, is there,
I'll second.
okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the assistant roadmaster position description, as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay. Now, do we want to talk about your salary suggestion? We will approve it at the next meeting or just consider it at the next meeting, but I didn't want to get bogged down with
right.
both things at once because I have some questions
We can just
too.
hold it till that meeting.
Okay,
That'll be
want to
December
just hold
though.
it till next meeting?
We'll hold off then.
Sure.
Okay.
So we just want to make sure that it's a proper compensation for the position with pay equity, et cetera. So a little bit, just making sure that we're good with, what we're paying,
Okay,
okay?
right.
And it won't even be until next budget cycle, it won't be that long out of this budget year. But my question is there gonna be a training period? Or would he,
There's really, he's already being trained.
okay,
Yeah.
all right,
I've discussed it with him, with members of the crew. Everybody's great. with it.
okay, all right.
So, yeah.
So we'll take the rest of the action at the next meeting, discussion, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. All right. And discuss bid for paper.
With all the paving, all the work we're doing, the Carlson paper that we purchased 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever, isn't big enough for the volume of work we're doing. Western States CAT actually let us demo a machine this year. We paid a little over 15 miles with it this year. It took half the work away.
Oh,
As far as labor, stuff like that, it's quieter. It's 3 times more efficient. The Carlson paper, we had to fuel it, and if we didn't, we ran out. This one would go almost 3 days on a tank of fuel. It's quiet. As we're paving down the road, I can visit with Brian. We can talk. Where before you had to wear earplugs and stuff with the other one. Just, it's bigger, more powerful, smoother, actually does a better job. And if we're going to continue with our program, making improvements, I think it would be a very good addition to our fleet.
can I address the road department administrative assistant and, her research on procurement, because this is above the threshold for, procurement, the $250,000.
I reached out to Lori Cooper with
Lauren Cooper is the Gillen County Legal Counsel.
legal counsel, just to make sure that we were following the correct, parameters for purchasing this. Western States went through Sourcewell, and we have a Sourcewell account, so she confirmed that, we don't have to go through a bid process if it was through Sourcewell, and I have her emails and.
Okay, Sourcewell is a procurement agency, and this, equipment was on that,
And
on that
we
list.
purchased several pieces of equipment through Sourcewell.
Oh.
Actually, the Carlson paper was purchased through.
Okay,
Our excavator, the new service truck.
Okay.
It's actually, it simplifies,
okay,
our purchases for us.
okay, good.
Thank you for doing that, Toby.
So is our old one worth anything? I mean.
Yes,
So they'll take it straight.
yeah, they'll take it straight,
Oh.
yes,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's part of the net
that's part of the.
amount.
Oh, gotcha.
Mhm.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
is there any other discussion?
I had one quick question. So do we, I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's gonna last for quite a while.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's more than 5, maybe 10 years.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yes.
long time.
Yeah,
So,
as long as it's at the shop right now, getting clean for next season, it's just maintenance.
so it's a good investment.
How long do you have that other one?
I think 3 years, 3 years. But,
So what do you estimate the life of this one will be?
Morrow County just got their new one last year, and they ran theirs for almost 20 years, the one that they replaced.
Mhm.
Wow.
And they went with the size bigger than we have. I went, small to mid-range because of our narrow roads. And I'm glad we did. It barely fit where we needed to. But, it's a much easier machine to operate. Yeah, it was
Okay.
nice to train on the other one and then go to this, and it's amazing the difference.
We do have a budgeted as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Okay. Okay, is there any other discussion about the
Okay.
paper?
I'll move to approve the purchase of the CAT 455 paver and the trade-in of the Carlson paver as presented.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to purchase the Carlson paper with the, sorry, the new CAT 455 paper with the trade-in of the Carlson paper for a net amount of $364,100.36. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I throw a couple other things in?
Yeah.
Okay, Commissioner Wilkins asked me to kind of give an update on the Cedar Springs
Mhm.
Relocation budget. I reached out to 2 different engineering firms to help me with the process. I got a document that I was able to put our information in from one. Would like to send it in to legal to
Mhm.
make sure that everything's right. Jolie and I, we made adjustments to it to fit our project. And
So that's the RFP
that's
for the
RFP,
engineering.
yes.
Okay.
And so we're ready to go to legal, get the document back, and then we can try to get firms to
Mhm.
bid on the project.
Good.
Good,
Great.
good.
I concur with that. Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right,
Go ahead and send that to legal.
okay,
Thank you.
all right. And then on that award that we're gonna receive, I reached out to Troy Tyndall, Blue Line, say, is this something we should attend? Not knowing that he had already nominated us for this award. He said, yeah, for sure, go to it. We went down, Brian and I went down to it. We walked into a room full of engineers project managers and, material suppliers, basically, this. When Troy, he made the pitch and everything, we were unanimous winners of the award, because right now, we're the experts. Nobody does 100% coal plant recycling now.
Wow.
So there's a lot of people looking at what we do.
Wow.
I have a professor from Auburn University wants all of our data.
Wow.
I said, well, it's all up here. I don't have data. So, you know, we just do the work, but they are, they're amazed at what we do. There's millions of tons of wrap piled. And a lot of these companies are being fined because it's an eyesore,
Wow.
and they're trying to figure out ways to get rid of it. And so, we're probably gonna have some visitors
Mm-hmm.
and lots of phone calls, lots of stuff. But, yeah, I plan to go in March to get the award, and I have to do a presentation of what we do, so.
Good, you'll have to get
Yeah.
Jolie to help you. with
Yeah,
that.
yes, she will.
Good. Congratulations and thank you.
This is a PowerPoint one.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, but, after we get it put together, I'd like to present it to the,
Oh, yeah.
to the board and to the road committee,
Great.
so that
Good. When do you go? When?
March 3rd,
Okay.
March 3rd,
All right. And then somewhere in California?
yeah,
Okay.
somewhere in there,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Way down.
okay.
Good. Okay, great. Where it's warm.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot.
Good work. Thank you so much.
Uh,
Anything else?
the crew's working good.
Uh-huh.
We're grading. We got everything done. Jolie and I are in the process of getting our bill out to Brookfield
Mhm.
for the repair on Ray Road,
Mhm.
and also a bill to Avangrid for their part of the new paving on,
Okay.
Potterville at Weatherford. So it's been a very busy summer.
So you'll communicate with our treasurer about that money coming in? Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Because remind me what we get out of Avangrid this time.
300,000.
Okay,
300,000.
which was better than what they were.
Which is better than their original offer.
Yeah.
And then, there's a couple other projects and development going on and stuff like that, dealing with them and both of those projects, it hinges on, I call it the Barnett Bridge, or the Rock Creek Schoolhouse.
Mm-hmm.
That bridge is load limited,
Mm-hmm.
so Gillum County might receive a bridge from
Oh.
somebody else.
Cool.
Because, you know, we'll submit the bridge for the replacement with the state and federal funds. But we're up against, all the big metropolitan counties. You know, we have 16 bridges. Some of them have 1,600 bridges.
Yeah,
So,
right.
you know, I said, well, you know, we're gonna put a bridge in.
Mhm.
So maybe if the two developers can get together and
Well, that'd be
do that,
nice.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
great.
possibly some more paving out of it, that would be also. So,
I like the way you're thinking.
okay,
Great work. Thank you.
all right, okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, Jed, sorry to keep you waiting so long. The others gotta go early and you have to wait. Okay, you are here today because we have to it a request for grant extension for the Port of Arlington. Go ahead.
Thank you. We have two large capital projects that are going well. First is the Alkali Ridge Infrastructure, 40-acre subdivision in Arlington. That's a joint project that the county court helped transfer former Willow Creek project to this one. And the county court awarded 1.2 million in March of 2024. So it hasn't been a year yet. We're well underway with the engineering design. We anticipate project bids soon, and construction will proceed February through May of 2025.
Mhm.
And for that reason, we would need to extend the grant beyond, rather than expiring here at year end, it would need to continue.
Same timeline, December 31st, 25.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you want to handle those separately or together, maybe got any questions on that one?
I have a question. Is this still workforce housing? Is this still what the idea is?
Yes,
Okay.
the grant application was submitted specifically for the infrastructure
Mm-hmm,
because the port's role is more of a facilitator
mm-hmm,
to help create those lots
mm-hmm.
that will be marketable to home builders. So the port's role is more that infrastructure role,
Okay.
not to dominate private industry,
Mhm.
let them thrive.
Mm-hmm.
But this grant money helps to buy down the cost of those lots to be able to make them more marketable to builders to come in and build workforce housing.
Okay. Just go ahead and go on into the grade school project, and then if anybody else has questions about
Okay.
either project, they can ask.
Former Common Grade School is a two-phase project where there's two distinct actions. The first is environmental remediation to be followed by redevelopment. So, and this is an older award where we made it clear up front that we were hoping to seek state and federal funding for the environmental portion. And so we kind of parked the award from the county, trying to reserve those funds for redevelopment. And lo and behold, we were successful with an EPA award for the remediation for environmental work. And we've got a work plan consistent with all the federal requirements that go with that EPA award. So what we were hoping to do is have another extension on the redevelopment award for Common Grade School. That would necessitate another extension.
Okay.
One thing that helps with that is by the time you apply for all those federal grants and you note pledged funding associated with that, it's difficult to unravel that plan that's been solid all along, right from the start. It's hard to unravel that with EPA awards. And so it would be much simpler if we can extend that award. There will be a series of outreach meetings as we proceed with the environmental cleanup and community meetings that are required by EPA. And so we'll have a good process there to keep people informed. I know it's been a long time coming, but it's been, we've been diligent to obtain that federal funding and reserve county funding for redevelopment with the goal of workforce housing expansion. Some of those classrooms could be converted into apartments. We've done structural analysis to prove up on that possibility as well.
Building structurally sound?
For the most part, there's some of this will hinge on how much of the stucco or the tile has to get broken up to do the environmental remediation. So we don't have a for sure design plan on the classroom conversion, but we'll make some more informed choices as we see how the cleanup goes.
Okay.
Jed, have you guys has the port received any of the grants yet that you have listed here?
Yes, we received state brownfield awards of 60,000 and 25,000.
Okay, and that was, okay, I see the dates here, okay.
Yes.
And then this year, the 780?
The 780, they did the pre-award May 20th, 2024. We've submitted all the paperwork that goes with formally being given the award. We expect that any day.
Oh, okay.
With the formal agreement. And the fund period for that would be for 2 years, a federal reporting cycle. But the actual work should be done by next October, 2025.
So you say 2 years, will they give you so much upfront, or is it gonna be one lump sum?
No,
I'm just curious.
we put it into specific quarters with most of it upfront when the actual work is.
Okay.
being
I was just
done. In
curious.
fact, I don't think there's any, I think all of it is in the first year. We expect to draw from that 780,000. And what that would do is then next fall, be able to dovetail and use the county award together with funding that Avangrid contributed to that project as well.
Right.
So trying to sync those funding sources.
Okay. Is there any other questions about this grant extension? Were there 2 grants?
No, I move to approve the Alkali Ridge Infrastructure Grant and the grant for the former Common Grade School. Do we need to read the amounts off?
Yeah.
Just with just to extend them to December 31st, 2025.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to extend the Alkali Ridge Infrastructure Grant for the Port of Arlington, as well as the former Common Grade School grant to December 31st of 2025. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Next step for the building lease extensions as well.
I think that'd be fine. I see that, Victim's assistant's present as well. No, she just probably. Next item on the agenda is 6.7. Consider Bronquist Building lease extension, room 1, which is the Gillum County office space. That's as you walk into the building, it's the first room on the right, and then room 3, which is the victim's assistant office space. Our assistant Anya Mundy has prepared a spreadsheet with all of our agreements and contracts. And there may have been one, I just couldn't find one when I came. So we created one, and some things we found were some grant agreements that had expired. So these were 2 that have. So
Lease
I'll go
agreements.
ahead. Yeah, sorry, lease agreements. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's all it is,
Mhm.
and for April's is to sync with, well, I'll let you speak to that.
I just wanted to sync with, it's paid through September of 25. And I just wanted it to sync with my grant schedule because that's how I pay, that's the funds that pays for the rental. And so, and my grant runs from October to September. So that's what.
Okay.
September and October.
So hers is a 1.5 year extension, and room 1 is a 1 year extension.
Any discussion
So
among us?
is there a reason why we're only just doing it for 1 year?
Well, we were just getting on track with, because it had been expired and we were just getting on track with the way it had been reviewed. So there probably isn't a reason. We think it should be more than 1 year.
It's a longer term, if that's what you.
I mean, if we go a little longer, we're
We don't
gonna
have to keep
say,
doing this.
we won't have to keep doing it, won't have to keep going back to an attorney to.
Right. Okay, so we want to make it a 2 year for the room 1.
Except for,
So,
But she just grants, so she wants to think with.
right, and so I have this is paid for through next year, and then I would have another biennium. So my grants run through a biennium instead of just a year by year. So, wow, it'd be perfect if I could go for a 3 year, but that's up to you guys.
so we could go till September of next year and then go 2 years after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
To get it in sync.
To get it in sync, you could do it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you'd like, we could put a renewal provision within
Yeah.
there where you
It just renews.
extend the 1.5 plus a 2 year extension.
Okay, I've seen agreements like that. Yeah, okay. So what we could do then is approve as presented with the amendment of a renewal extension for, an additional term to be determined.
For the one, for room one, because I think the one, the
I'm
other one is
three.
okay.
That's the
I
one.
think I'm room three.
Your room three.
And I think yours is okay, isn't it? Yeah,
You just want that on the one.
so we would only need to amend.
That's fine, because I put in for a grant. It would be next year that I rewrite my grants and then put in for those.
So we'll just worry about the way it is for you right now through
That's
September of
fine.
25 as written. But for room one, we can have an additional term of 2 years could be renewed for. Does that make sense? Jed?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right.
So I'll move to approve I'll move to approve the Gronkos lease extension for Gillum County Port with the amended 2-year to 2026. And then I'll move, let's do that. Second.
For room 3, right?
It doesn't say that, but yeah.
I mean, I would like it to be that if there was an extension, that would be great.
I
If you
guess
have
I
to go
would
back to
try
the
that.
attorneys, they'll be all the same.
Keep them, yeah.
We have to
I was kind of
we
thinking
have to
about
do one
something
at a
else when
time.
you guys
Yeah,
were talking, sorry.
we're just doing the one at this time. So room one.
I was thinking when you guys were talking, so I'm sorry I missed some of the conversation, but if I could have the same extension as them, that would be great, then it'd be all the same.
I'm sorry, I might be mixing you up too.
So it
Let's start
was,
over.
so basically it goes to 2025 with the, if everything is going good, it'll just automatically extend for another couple years.
I say the same price, right?
Yes.
Okay, I move to approve the Gompus building lease extension for Gillum County Court, room 1. To amend it to 2026. Date with, I don't know, a rolling cause. I don't know, what do you want to call it?
Renewal.
Just
Renewal
just
clause.
renewal clause.
Okay.
I will second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Thank you.
okay, and I move to approve the Gronquist Building lease extension for Gillum County Victims Assistance, room 3. And with a rolling clause or whatever you want to call it. Extension
Extension.
clause,
I'll second the
of an
motion.
additional 2 years.
I'll second the motion.
Been moved and seconded. Can you clarify? Yeah, so we're looking them through September 25 with the 2-year renewal? Yeah, is that
With an extension.
an extension possible of 2 years? I just want to get the motion right.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I'm sorry,
That's okay.
kind of
I
complicated.
didn't receive the motion either. Okay.
Yeah, and I will say the port attorney prepared those extensions. I'll just have her add in the 2-year renewal
Yeah.
feature that you just approved.
So we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second the motion.
Okay, so, it's been moved and seconded to extend, the Victims Assistant, room 3, grant agreement, lease agreement through September of 25 with an optional 2-year extension from that date. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jen.
This is our part, even though it's mine. Okay. 6.8. Select FEMA pre-implementation compliance measure, pick them. Stephanie Case Planner. Are you there, Stephanie?
I am here. Good morning.
Hello. I'll go ahead and allow you to address the county court and the audience regarding this. Just give a little background so everybody has a little bit of understanding. about this, how it came to be, and what we need to do to take action.
Yeah, no problem. I don't want to take a whole lot of your time today, so I
Okay.
included a presentation, and I mean, I don't really have to share it. I really want to do it for your information. I know it was included in the packet, so folks in the community could see it. Really, to just summarize it, all of this started 15 years ago, and it accelerated this last year after FEMA sent notification to the affected jurisdictions saying that we needed to do something, we needed to act. And so what's happening now is before December 1st, affected jurisdictions, including Gillum County, need to select a PICM, quote unquote, which stands for pre-implementation compliance measure. And that measure, it's an interim measure while FEMA is going through the process for the NEPA review, with the intent that FEMA would reach full implementation in or around 2027. So in the presentation that I had, I outlined the different options, including the model ordinance, permit by permit, and the prohibition of all new development that FEMA is asking for us to make a choice on one of them. After reviewing our options and considering other implications in Gillum County, including the current modernization of the flood insurance rate maps that Gillum County is going through, which is also anticipated to be completed in 2027. Staff would recommend that Gillum County selects permit by permit, which would require that habitat assessment and mitigation plans happen with each new development until the final implementation from FEMA and the firm map modernization project is completed. And then I think at that time, Gillum County could go through and identify what we would like to see in our ordinance, whether it be a model code or choose our own clear and objective no net loss standards. So for the interim and for the purpose of the December 1 deadline from FEMA, that would be staff's recommendation, is to follow the permit by permit. And so I welcome any discussion.
Have any questions, commissioners? We sat in on a call about this with Parliament Plain, Stephanie, Anya, and myself a couple months ago. So they gave us a pretty good understanding of this. And I'm happy to hear you recommending the permit by permit. I think the no development issue is just one of those things that people just don't like to hear, whether or not. There isn't a lot of development in the floodplain outside of the cities in Gillum County, period. There really isn't. But in the floodplain at all or outside. But permit by permit is going to make people feel more comfortable, and I think it's the right thing for us to do. But do you have any questions, Stephanie, about this?
I would probably prefer permit by permit.
I do.
Okay, who's approving those permits?
It would be the planner.
Commission?
Planning commission.
Okay, the planning commission.
Those go to the planning commission, is that correct, Stephanie?
It's not really clearly lined out within our code, but I think that if there was something that came in that was affected in by these specifically, so this is all within the special flood hazard area, which there is limited space anyhow, but I would push it to the planning commission.
Okay.
Just so that way they can review the plans that are submitted by the applicant, the habitat assessment, any mitigation plans, and it would be available for public view.
Okay. Is there any other thoughts or questions of Stephanie before we propose a motion? There is a suggested motion in our brief.
I'll move to authorize staff to notify FEMA and implement the selection of permit by permit, pre-implementation compliance measure during the NEPA review process.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded to authorize staff to notify FEMA and implement the selection of permit by permit pre-implementation compliance measures during the NEPA review process. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stephanie, for all you do.
Thanks for all you guys do too.
Thank
care.
you. Okay, we're gonna make one more switch to the agenda. I apologize for the woolery, but we have one more person who just has some standard business to take care of, and I'll allow her to go ahead of you and to be on her way, Christine. Oh, yes. We're gonna move you up. Okay. Come on up. What we have on this is a opportunity to apply for an emergency resilience grant, and Chris Fitzsimmons, emergency manager, has proposed to match it with the county board. So go ahead.
So, you were given, I think, just a copy of the, was it the scope of
work.
Yeah, scope of work. So the Oregon Department of Energy has come out and generously given each county $50,000 to have each county put together an energy resilience plan. And so the McKed was approached by Hood River County to do one for Hood River, Wasco, and Sherman. And then they decided to call me up and say, hey, do you want to join the crowd? So I'm like, sure. Anybody wants to put, I'm not a planner, I hate doing planning. So I'm like, yeah, sure. So they sent me all the paperwork, and here we are with the scope of work of what McKed wants to do to put together a 4-county regional energy plan. And I will say that they had a meeting on Monday, and ODOE would be sending $200,000. Well, Hood River County actually was going to be meeting yesterday as well. We're waiting to hear for sure that they would be the lead county and they would be the fiscal county. But they also met on Monday, and I think in the scope of work, there was a budget, and that budget didn't show because now they've changed a little bit. And I do have an updated budget, and I made 5 copies. The updated budget that was, they decided to send $9,000 down to each county for us. Here's one for Anya. To send $9,000 to each county for just EM costs of us attending meetings, and yeah, $9,000 per county. And they put some $8,000 into some GIS data. So this is more of this is an updated budget that they came up with on Monday. Yeah, so that's where we're at.
That total was 200,000 for all the counties, right?
Yeah, it's for, because ODOE is given
Hood River, Wasco, Sherman, and
yeah, it's Hood River,
Sherman.
Hood River, Wasco, Sherman. Yeah. And it's kind of like an original approach with each of us getting our own fuel plan, which kind of like is an appendix to the actual regional plan. Okay. So, yeah. And it's like funny because Lindsay McClure, who would be doing this for McKed, which is who Michelle Colby went to work for. If y'all remember when Michelle left us, she works for McKed now. But Lindsay actually runs a energy resilience group out of Hood River County right now. And so she's very aware of the energy resilience plan and everything that Hood River County does. She is just, when I tell her about the natural gas pipeline that runs right through Gillum County and nobody can take
nobody, nobody uses it. We have no access to it. And she just is like totally, she's like blown away.
Two lines.
Yeah, and she's just like, that is just weird. And I'm like, yeah, it sure is. So anyhow, just a lot of different things going on. And so anyhow, I think is the one that would be doing a lot of the planning through McKidd for all of this stuff.
This
So
is an opportunity to work with McKidd if we
Yeah.
want to down the road do that. So I think this might be really timely. And if you're recommending we do this, you're
Yeah,
willing to do the work.
like I said, it was just a phone call that Charles Young, he's my cohort in Hood River, he's the EM there. And he spoke highly of Lindsay with McKidd. I've never worked with McKidd, but we really, it's no money out of our pocket to really, and actually it's putting $9,000 into covering my expense and, or whoever it is, if I can't make the meeting, then I can send Jolie, or whatever, or if we have any expenses, that we, then, we're getting $9,000 sent to us out of it. So, yeah. So anyhow, really I don't see any expense to us to come out with a plan for us. So.
You're okay being the lead
Yeah.
contact?
Yeah,
Okay.
in fact, I've already actually done a lot, in the past, been here since God was created. Deanna Henry was the emergency planner for the Oregon Department of Energy, and I have a lot of research already done as far as like how many gallons of fuel and stuff like that like our road department would need in the time of a disaster, and how much our local gas stations go through, and like who has backup power and who doesn't, and just different things like that. So got a lot of that background already done.
Good.
Yeah, so
That was some of the questions I had, but
yeah. So I'll be able to give a lot of that stuff to Lindsay already, because ODOE wants some of that type of stuff. Yeah, so it'll be good to have some of that stuff put into a plan like that and get it all together.
Yeah, and hopefully next year we'll get into McKidd.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that, it all comes from, I'm not sure where all of our fuel sources come from, if it comes all from the Portland area, and so if we can't get it from Portland and Pasco, yeah.
Okay,
So,
there's
yeah.
a fuel truck that comes through every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But you think he goes to John Day.
Yeah.
So, I move to approve the County Energy Resilience Program application cohort for Hood River, Wasco, Sherman, and Gillum counties as presented.
I'll second the motion.
Did you have any other discussion?
No, I just thought the only thing we might add is that Chris fits in as the Gillum County Court Director or lead. How do you want to do that?
Okay.
Or director?
Okay, it's been moved and we'll address this after the motion. We'll just approve that in a minute.
That's fine.
I move to approve. It's been moved and seconded to approve the Gillum County Energy Resilience Program application cohort for Hood River, Wasco, Sherman, and Gillum counties as presented. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries, and Chris Fitzsimmons will be the county lead on this grant.
We noted that because she said it.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Chris.
All right. Consider cycle 1 capital investment grant applications and recommendations. Brooklyn, are you there?
I'm here, yes.
Okay, I do want to address a note we received from Julius Courtney yesterday regarding the woolery. So I don't know if this is still timely, but it says it was a request to postpone the decision on the grant for the woolery because they're working with Greg Smith. Are you still requesting that?
Yeah.
Gives good chance to get state funding. That's what the note says. So I just wanted to discuss that among us first and decide how we want to proceed with that application. Do you have any thoughts about postponing it until the next meeting? Or,
I'm okay with them postponing it until they're finding out some more information.
okay, all right, any thoughts?
Yeah, we could go ahead and approve the other one.
Okay, all right, so we will postpone your consideration until the next meeting. Want to clarify that, will the next meeting be enough time for you? Till you have your information together, and that's not going to be until December 4th.
Because we just
And
have,
I have a paper here I'd like to give you then.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right.
we just have the one meeting this
Yeah, we
month.
only have one meeting in November.
And I would suggest if you secure that funding, that you resubmit or update your,
Application.
application. It may make a difference on.
Okay, all right.
That's gonna be very difficult to do. When we handed in all the information that was asked
Uh-huh,
from your group,
mm-hmm,
we handed in 30 pages.
mm-hmm,
Okay. I don't think there's anything else we can add. We were asked for that input, I believe, on a Friday,
okay,
and it had to be here by Monday morning.
okay,
We had to hire a guy, our, the grant writer, that high wage for a whole weekend, and get that information in here.
okay,
And we've never received any, word why that grant was, recommended to not be used.
okay,
And I think that, and it's in my notes here, but I think if we're gonna talk about a building, this is not just another building. We've got other buildings. But this is a heritage, that's our plan. And it's, to record the history of all of the keepers and the people that here to drove the wagon, all that kind of stuff. And I request or offer to take the people from that group in order to go up and see that site. And I received a little
okay.
and
Just a second, do we have a question? Oh, okay, I see, okay. All right,
but my question is, could we all sit down? The county court representative from Arlington, from the city council, you should have a letter there this morning, or a possibility of a letter from the city council, recommending that we go ahead and get the loan.
well, we're gonna postpone, I just want to clarify, we're gonna postpone the whole discussion until the December 4th meeting. And we can have that discussion there. And one idea I have with our big grants is, I think it might be useful to have people actually present to us rather than exclusively going through the recommendation of the committee exclusively. And I think committee members may agree with this as well, just so that we hear it with our own ears, especially on these big projects. So that's just a thought I have. We haven't discussed it among ourselves. It's not going to be happening this year because we have our process in place, but we will discuss anything, take any public input that wants to be given at the December 4th meeting on your application. Is everybody comfortable with that? Yeah. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so the other application we have and recommendation from the grant committee is for the Elks Lodge. Try to get to that. And that is, Brooklyn, did you want to address that one, or do you just want me to summarize that one?
You can summarize, or I can, either way.
Okay. Okay, this application for the Elks Lodge is for, sorry, to get to it, or get to the second section.
Redo the kitchen?
Yeah, it's for their kitchen and it's $62,500 and the recommendation was to fully fund that. Application. Is there any other questions? I will say that they are a nonprofit because there's documentation in here that says they are, because that.
So that they file for the charitable, whatever you call
It
it.
says 501c8 nonprofit.
Yeah.
They
charitable.
fall actually under the national.
Right. Is there any discussion about this application?
I actually read through both of them and I think,
Demo kitchen, frame and sheet rock, install kitchen equipment, project cleanup contractor work. Yeah.
I move to approve the, capital investment grant for cycle 1 of fiscal year 2024-2025. The Conan Elks Lodge, the amount of $62,500.
For a second?
I will second the motion.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded to approve the cycle 1 fiscal year 2024-25 capital investment grant application for Conan Elks Lodge in the amount of $62,500. And we'll go ahead and vote. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And then I guess we're just noting that we are tabling.
And we will table, yes, we will table the Woolery application until December 4th. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. I wanted to go back to the email from Jeff Shaw regarding the floodplain update, the maps for the floodplain. Jeff had provided some information to us, and there's an email in there that states, he has some recommendations. I want to make sure you're comfortable with us carrying those recommendations forward to FEMA because we have till November 22nd to comment on those. And one of his main concerns is that they show the industrial park as, yes, the Shelter Station Industrial Park, 1 to 6 inches of water.
It's hard to imagine, but
Yeah, and he just says for economic development, that of the future, we should try to address that with our mapping. So.
So is it on the side that has all the buildings or
Yeah,
on the
side that has all the
opposite
buildings.
side?
Okay, how's all the, yeah.
So it's not the west side of the road
Right.
or east
East
side?
east side, yeah.
Okay, right. Are you comfortable with that? I just didn't, we don't necessarily need a motion. I just wanted to make sure I didn't do that without talking to you.
Yeah, I don't think we wanted to just slide by.
Yeah, okay. Well, we will address it with FEMA then and comment.
Okay.
Or ask him to assist us, one of the two. Okay. Again, we're not having a second meeting in November. Want to make sure we're all aware of that. Our next meeting will be December 4th here in Condon. Anything from the commissioners is going on?
Nope.
Um,
Just plan on going to AOC. Are you going down?
I don't know when I'm going, but I'm going to be there.
So
Which,
is it Monday night that they have the government, women's? in
okay,
government?
and I think I didn't, was I gonna work that Monday? I can't remember what I signed up. Yeah, I'm not. No, I did a new commissioner.
The orientation the next
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah. That's good. I thought I'd learn what's going on first and then next year, we are gonna share a table with Sherman County for that food and drink. We have some things that we got to add to that.
Okay.
So, yeah. That's on Thursday.
Yeah, I think they were trying to dial down that. But I think that's what everybody liked about it.
No, well, I'm gonna have coffee from Bobby's Joe. I got some,
There you go.
and I got some bread from Bingo's Place, and I'll make, and some decorations and stuff, so, yeah. All right, Grant?
I think I have a November 14th, Norcore meeting. They, I had it scheduled for kind of in the time of the
EOC.
EAOC. So anyway, as far as I know, it's on for the 14th. I have a post-op for cataract surgery that morning at Hood River, but I should be able to make it back to Norcore that day. Sounds like it's gonna be a pretty big meeting.
Oh.
I know that, they're worried about the budget, like I've mentioned. So it sounds like it's gonna be fairly long meeting that day, and
Mhm.
it was they're waiting to see what's gonna happen with, Waco County. There was a big school bond, and I didn't see anything this morning, but,
If it wasn't the Columbia Gorge Community College.
or was it the college? I thought it was a school one too.
Okay.
But anyway,
Okay.
they're still leaning towards, I think, possibly a taxing district, but anyway, I'll attend that, and then,
You mean for the Norcore?
yeah.
Okay.
And then on the 19th, before the AOC starts, if you could, I won't be able to attend that, but Korea's having a pre-meeting
Oh,
down there.
okay.
I think I'm gonna go to the Korea meeting down there, because I don't have anything to do.
Give her that.
I think it's the same
Okay.
time as the new commissioner orientation.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
I was gonna go to it,
Mhm.
so,
Good.
and I think they actually sent me.
Okay.
I think I'm the backup.
Yeah, Mike just sent, I think I got that not too long ago,
Yeah.
and, yeah, it was
That's what
before,
we got.
yeah, it was before the AOC starts, the main. It's supposed to be right, you can flow right with it, I guess.
Yeah, I think from what I remember, it starts like, does it start at 9:30 or?
I think so, something like that.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that, if that doesn't have all the information, I think I just printed the email that was sent to me, but
Yeah.
if it's not all there, let me know. Oh,
I
okay.
have a little app on my phone that has all the.
So did you have anything else, Commissioner?
No, I can't make
Okay.
wish I could go, but,
All right.
I've just, we're tied to work right
And you're
now.
winding up your work, so,
Hopefully,
okay.
I'll know a drop dead date, hopefully for my full-time job within the next month and a half.
Good, good. What I have is Anya has, because she quickly saw a,
And engage.
because that's okay, because she was able to, respond quickly. I think we have scholarships for the county college for grant night, which will save the county $2,000, so that's good. That was all her. We're in a holding pattern with Avangrid regarding a potential, SIP negotiations, but they asked us to hold off for a month or so. What they said was parts may be delayed.
It's on repower.
I'm on the repower on Lean Juniper too. Broadband fiber project, Pacific Core, we're working on that just as of this morning, getting a response from them and talking with them about their insurance requirements on their full setting agreement, which is vastly different than what our insurance covers. So we're working through that. Accounting system, there's been weekly meetings with Cassell to go live in the accounting system by 2025, January 2025. The fiscal audit, which has been a tremendous amount of work and teamwork with our finance director and treasurer to prepare the audit, but it's there. And it's a huge amount of work, and I commend them both for all they did to get us where we are. We also have an additional audit starting next week or the week following. And that is a specific audit, a forensic audit, which we welcome. It was ordered by the prior administration and it will be underway, and there will be a report provided to the county court by December 31st. And the estimated cost of that audit is around $6,500, in case anybody was wondering what that would be. Very narrow scope of work, so it's not, they're looking for specific. Let's see, some of the things we talked about here. Attended a housing code meeting in Arlington on the 22nd, a safety committee meeting on the 21st, a FEMA review, floodplain review meeting on the 22nd of October. Attended a trade fair in Arlington. There's a virtual equipment simulator where kids could use an excavator and learn about the trades and what it would take to get into an apprenticeship program, and talk to people who are actually in it. So it was a very good trade fair at the Arlington High School, and there was kids from Condon, Spray, Fossil, and Ione there. We did Halloween here on Trick or Treat Main Street, had fun last Thursday with the kids, and then we took our show on the road to Arlington and did trunk or treat there too. So I'm gonna go to the Columbia Basin Electric annual meeting tomorrow, or either of you.
I was thinking about
Okay.
their little lunch thing.
Yeah, it's at the Elks Club. Much of this month has been working on figuring out this ARPA funding. It's the state and local fiscal recovery funds, figured out the reporting, talked to other counties. I just want to make sure that the money has to be obligated if it's not spent. But what I found out was, okay, let me tell you, originally, I think the plan was to use it for fiber. And then the fiber grant came and we couldn't expend anything without threatening the possibility of that grant. So nothing could be applied for fiber. Then the Early Learning Center was one of the other projects that was included, and we have spent money on the engineering on the Early Learning Center expansion. So those have been reported and
Use
qualified.
the rocket meetings,
And the rocket. The thing about the rocket, there was some expenses that were not included because there was something with a tax ID number that didn't get reported. So I'm going to try to find out if we could include some of those back expenses. But because
So they asked for, in between the recall
Yeah.
and that, they asked for a number. And
Right.
I did
Yeah.
provide them a number.
but there was prior expenses in a prior report
Okay,
that didn't get, so, but it may still work out.
okay.
We'll find out. So that we can get all the rocket, all the engineering for the
Because we needed a
expansion.
number from them.
Yeah.
right, to
Right. That says, I think they rejected some expenses. So the total amount of money was $371,284. The other expense that was included was part of the HVAC at Norport. I think all the counties went together and put money in, and that was $6,500. So we're just making sure that we expend that, which we can do without having to obligate the money, because if you receive $10 million or less, you can put it in for revenue replacement, revenue loss. I think it's called revenue loss, and you don't have to prove revenue loss. If you receive more than $10 million, you have to prove revenue loss. So in other words, we could use it for any qualifying expense, and we could just use it straight out of our budget. So law enforcement, some places have used like EMS, things like that, that were part of their own staff, I guess. So law enforcement, equipment, software. The other thing I would really like to focus on or try is the whole food insecurity issue, the Veggie RX, the meal sites, the money we've given to Arlington Health. And if we use that, I think it really does tie into COVID, the times of COVID and who we were trying to help. The other thing we could potentially use it for is expenses we've already incurred this year, and that is the sheriff's office expansion, because that creates distance and more space, and our office expansion. So we're gonna be able to use the money. I just wanted you to know what I'm thinking. I don't want to get in there.
So
and-
let me ask you a question. When we did the extra money that we gave the Arlington Health in January, when they had all the frozen pipes
Yeah.
and all the problems and
Right.
that potentially could have come out of those funds. Can we
Yes.
go back and?
I think I'll look into that. And same question as with the rocket money we did, to see if we can amend a prior report to include more. But, so we don't have to return any of that money.
Yeah.
But if you get into picking a project, that's what we did before. I don't want to risk it not getting done. And then picking a project that's extra. We even looked into the sidewalk at the library to see if that, because Paths to Schools is one of the things they wanted to fund. And it's not gonna be, we can't get a contract and have it obligated in time. So I think this will be fine. It's just good that we are thinking about it now. And I just want to make sure you know what's going on with that. Okay? Okay. That was most of what we did. Extra time this month was me trying to figure that out myself. And then there's another pot of money called local tribal funding that's part of the COVID money. There's $146,299 as well. And the deadline on that is until 28. It can be used on anything but lobbying. So we just need to get them earmarked. That's all I have. Okay. Any other business?
Kelly Nonprofiting had sent me a summary and they are going to have a report on what so far, how everything's been going with all the entities they're helping and then a bill to submit. So,
Okay.
but she was working on that. So,
Mhm. Right, okay.
I have one thing that I kind of forgot about. So this afternoon at 2:00, we have a webinar about the hazard. Because of the fires, the Lone Rock fire, there's like Wheeler, Gillum, and Morrow counties are, there's a bunch of money coming down the pipe for the hazard mitigation grant, which is they call it the HMGP. So hazard mitigation grant program. So it's a long story, but anyhow, after you get a conflag and then you get an FMAG, which is the Fire Mitigation Assistance Grant, then it follows up with the HMGP program, which is the hazard mitigation side of it. So as long as you have a signed off natural mitigation hazard plan, which is what we just finished up with our 5-year update, you can apply for this money, and there's money coming because of the Lone Rock fire. So we have a 2:00 webinar for the pre-application process that just opened up Friday. And it's due at the end of the month. But this pre-application is only 2 pages. And it's just a really down and dirty pre-app that says, what are you thinking about applying for and what are your what are your projects type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we're talking mitigation projects. So this is where I talked about maybe getting a generator on the new event center at the fairgrounds, because the fairgrounds are used for shelter reunification, fire base camp and stuff like that. And I talked to Jeff Schott about making sure that the event center is wired for the generator. But if I can get the generator through the HMGP, but the other problem is that HMGP program is 75-25 match. So no matter what, the only eligible applicants are the counties, cities, special districts, and nonprofits that are located in those 3 counties. I shouldn't say only 3 counties. Those 3 counties have higher, higher chances first to get the money. And then if we don't apply and whatever money's left over, then the rest of the state can start applying for that money as it comes in. So my question to you right now is, on the 2-page pre-application, I know that you guys don't meet again until December. So
you wanted maybe some authorization?
Yeah, because right now, I don't even have a clue what the estimate's gonna be of what a backup generator, well, just put it this way, without knowing what this webinar is gonna be this afternoon, number one, I don't even know what kind of projects are eligible until I meet with them, because I also know that I've got public works departments in Arlington and Condon that don't have portable radios to talk to anybody. So that was another project that I was gonna ask them this afternoon would be eligible. Because through our exercises that we've had, I found out that our public works departments, city public works departments can't talk to anybody because of our digital radio program. So that's another project that I would like to go for through the Gillum County 911. So there's a lot of different projects that I'm gonna ask about this afternoon. But then this is the deal. November, like I said, pre-application is due, but then the sub-application is January, and they give us 3 months. It's January, February, March. It's January through March. So do you want to know now, or do you want to wait until the January sub-application?
I think we wait.
Okay, that's because then when I reach out in January, then that's when I'm gonna be just narrowing that gap.
What do you think?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, wait.
Because of that 75-25 match, then I'm gonna really have to find out, okay, where's that 25% coming?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, meeting adjourned?